There are a ton of VPNs for everyday use, but what about business solutions? I've decided to do a full-on NordLayer review, so you can decide if it's good enough for your business. Before I begin, let's establish why a VPN for business is so crucial. More people with access to business information means more ways to get breached. And even though businesses implement better security measures to prevent breaches than ever before, data breach costs worldwide still increase every year. A business VPN can help prevent it by letting you and your employees safely access the company's resources from anywhere in the world. It secures all internet traffic with encryption. Besides that, it may also offer extra company-wide security, like two-factor authentication, 2FA, and single sign-on, better known as SSO. If you don't want any more information and just want to grab a B2B VPN for the cheapest price, I've left my NordLayer discount below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. Let's start the actual NordLayer guide with its main characteristics. For security, it has modern encryption, which is virtually uncrackable. You probably want to put your business security into reputable hands. Since NordLayer comes from Nord Security, which owns NordVPN and pretty recently joined forces with Surfshark, there's no question reputation-wise. Both of these tools are at the very top of the entire VPN market as the most secure solutions. NordLayer is also super easy to use. Even if some of your employees are less tech savvy, they should have no problems whatsoever using NordLayer. There's like zero learning curve. All they have to do is select which server to connect to, and yeah, that's about it. Alternately, it's even possible to enable the VPN to automatically establish the connection every time the device is turned on. By the way, there are plenty of locations to choose from. NordLayer operates in over 30 server locations worldwide, which allows businesses to connect to their local and cloud networks securely. Shared gateways establish encrypted tunnels between remote users and the internet. They allow access to geo-specific content. That comes in handy for activities such as conducting Q&A sessions and running automated tests from different virtual locations, while the virtual private gateways use dedicated servers that allow organizations to connect to their devices securely. That includes both their cloud-based resources and their local on-premises network. This empowers organizations to implement IP allow listing and precise network segmentation, further improving security. So, I've mentioned that it's easy to use, but that doesn't mean no features. In fact, the list is just massive. I've picked the most important ones for your business. One of those is Cloud Firewall. It's a network security layer operating as a cloud security edge element. The advantages of that: it's adaptable, scalable, and low maintenance compared to traditional physical firewalls. Now, if your company has many employees, the network segmentation feature will be extremely helpful. It allows the network to be divided into subsections for improved security and performance. If you're concerned about unauthorized access to the VPN and your company's data, then you definitely want your employees to use two-factor authentication. Luckily, NordLayer offers 2FA via SMS authentication or TOTP. Instead of logging into apps or control panels with a username and password, users can log in with single sign-on options such as Azure AD, Google, JumpCloud, Okta, and OneLogin. For managing NordLayer, you get a control panel. It's a web client that's easy to use and navigate, making the service one of the most beginner-friendly business VPN solutions. The main control panel interface looks like this. The first section is Organizations. It's for organizing your team and individual members. You can add or remove them from different teams and see their status. In the Network section, you can see all the information about your servers and gateways. Now, Settings is for the Smart Access Remote feature, which allows you to reach the company's files and resources even when there's no internet connection. In the Downloads, you can find links to all the NordLayer applications and an option to send manual instructions to your employees. Meanwhile, the Activity section is for showcasing connection activity and user actions. And lastly, Device Security informs admins about devices that are non-compliant and may cause risk. Alright, so there are plenty of things you can get with NordLayer Business VPN, but how much will that cost? There are three main plans to consider. Each of them is meant for a specific size and type of company. Now, if you need a custom plan, you can also contact NordLayer for a specifically tailored plan for your business. Looking at the prices of the said plans, NordLayer is definitely far from the most expensive corporate VPN solution. Even if we compare it to inexpensive alternatives like Perimeter 81, NordLayer is still cheaper. Besides, NordLayer has a minimum number of users, 5, whereas Perimeter 81 has a minimum number of 10 or 20 users. So if your company is small, NordLayer is a no-brainer pick between the two. But which of the three plans to choose for your business? The most affordable plan is the Lite plan. Even though it's the cheapest, it has additional features such as threat block and a dedicated IP. Now, the core plan has everything Lite does and adds things like DNS filtering, network segmentation, and a dedicated account manager. And if you want the most complete package, the premium plan adds things like a browser extension, smart remote access, and a dedicated account manager, and more. If you made up your mind already, don't forget you can get any of the NordLayer plans with a hefty discount by clicking on the link in the description. All right, so is NordLayer a good solution for your business? Yes, it is. If your business uses either a hybrid work model or is fully remote, I believe having a VPN for business is a must, and I've yet to find a better solution than NordLayer. Sure, there are other options out there, but 8,500 businesses being already protected by NordLayer just proves that it's the best VPN for the job. So, I've covered the best business VPN, but perhaps you want to get a personal VPN. In that case, watch this video on screen now. It has more than just one option, and it's an entire best VPN list. That would be all on this NordLayer review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.